Okay, so we're gonna work on the mini hoof. So we need to SC 12 into a magic ring first. So because that's kind of hard to do with like chenille yarn, what I do is I take it and I wrap it twice around my fingers like this till I have 3 here, and then I take my hook, I'll go under 2 and then hook over the 3rd one and pull it underneath, and then yarn over and pull up a loop. And I'll make sure that I take this end and move it to the back so I don't accidentally hook this, and then I'm just going to SC 12 into a ring here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, oops, mark, 11, and 12. I'm going to take a long hoop here so that it doesn't undo itself accidentally, and I'll have these 2 rings here. And so you realize that you can pull, the one of them is attached to this one, I just tighten that one, and then I use the other ones, tighten those to cinch the hole shut. I usually can't pull this loop this tight enough to get this loop to go away, so what I'll do is I like to cut that loop and then just knot it so that it doesn't undo itself again. And then I'll just leave that, all those 3 ends on the inside of my piece. So now I'm going to grab my loop again, pull that taut, and get my stitch marker. And then I'm going to do 2 single crochets into the first 2. So, oh, I always hate the first stitch. 1 and 2. And then I'm going to skip the 3rd stitch, so this one. I'm going to HDC increase into the 4th one. So skip the 2nd one here, and then increase into the 4th one. So that's 1 and 2. Then I'm going to chain 1 and slip stitch into the next stitch. So I've got to make sure that I'm pretty close here to this one. Again, chain 1 and then HDC increase into the next one. So 1 and 2. Then I'm going to skip 1, which is the one that kind of is half invisible, and then SC into the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you'll see that forms like kind of a little heart shape here to kind of get the shape of the hoof. Okay, now for the next round, I'm going to use my back loops only, and I'm going to SC4 into the back loops. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then I'm going to do 2 decreases, and you're kind of going to hit that chain 1. So this gets kind of complicated to really get into both of those back chains and through. But 1, and then this should be kind of the slot stitch in the middle. It's kind of, again, really hard to get to. And then the back loop of the chain, my nails here. 2 decreases. And then I should have 6 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The next round we'll go back to using all the loops. And we're gonna SC2, 1, 2, and then do 3 decreases, now using the front loops because we stopped using back loops. 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm just going to SC another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're just going to go and do 1 decrease times 3, so to get from these 9 to 6. So 1 decrease, 1 decrease, 1. And then on the last decrease, we're going to swap colors. So we'll go for the first yarn over, and then we'll take our cream color and switch to that one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a round of HDCs in the back loops using the cream, but we want to keep the end of the brown on the outside instead of the inside. So I'm just going to take my back loops, 1 HDC, again into the back loop, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This gets a bit fiddly. And I'm going to pull that out and unhook it. So if you don't want the little frills, you can just leave the paw like this, or the hoof. If you do want the frills, because I like them, then we're going to find where we left this, the brown one on the outside. And you're going to find that first, it's like right underneath it, that first front loop. And you're just going to yarn over and pull up a loop. Then you're going to find the second one, and you're going to SC increase into this. So 1 and 2, I'm just going to go around doing that. So find the next one and increase, 3 and 4, next one, 5 and 6, next, 7 and 8, 9, 9 and 10, and then you should pretty much be back where you started. So just going to find that first one that we went into to pull up the loop, or anything, like, because you can see there's quite a gap between these two. I'm just going to find another loop here to go into. I try to find the first one, but I'm not always successful. I'll just take whatever I can. 11 and 12. And then I usually just close this rim by kind of slip stitching into the first one. And then you can tie this off, and you can sew that in, and now you've got a little frill on your hoof. I would now stuff it before continuing on with the legs.